Hey everyone, welcome back to Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom DLC Edition. We're going to be continuing with the Sneak Challenge today, going through some more missions where we have to kill all the enemies without being seen, and one of them is right in front of me. Let's see if we can sneak up on it. That was easy, but we've got 8 more enemies to go. And as always, one of them is at the top of these stairs. And I seem to have picked the wrong direction to go around. Yeah, no kidding. You fail one of these challenges, you get the actual game over screen. Although, really, the penalty is just you've got to restart the mission. So the key here is obviously go around the other side, where I won't be spotted by that enemy. And in general, you want to work your way from one end of the room to the other, trying to cut down on the backtracking as much as possible, just to save time. And it's probably a good thing that I fell down here, because I didn't even notice that enemy was there. But I don't really have a good place to hide. Well, just wait until he turns around then. Yeah, the real issue with this is that all the enemies are on pretty much fixed paths over time. If one of them spots you or hears you, then obviously it's going to break that pattern. But as soon as it realizes you're not there, it's going to run to get back to where it was supposed to be. There are a couple of things that can actually prevent an enemy from getting back to its predetermined path, but if you ever have to worry about any of those, you're not getting an A rank anyway. So I think what I really want to do is take out the top enemy first, because otherwise he's probably going to see me trying to kill the one down in the trench. And then I just want to drop down behind this guy. Eventually I'll learn to jump instead of trying to walk off the edge and always going into that wobbling animation. So things get a little trickier here, since the enemy that's up on top of the stairs there actually patrols up and down instead of just standing there with his back exposed the whole time. And the 2 enemies that are on the ledge below him will occasionally be watching each other. Plus, we got 2 enemies down on the ground. I almost don't know how that one didn't see me, because I ran right past him. But it was at least something to do while waiting for these enemies to have their backs to each other. So now I've actually got a shot at getting them killed without being spotted. Problem is, that one's now facing away from me. But it'll turn around before too long. So I'll speed things up a little bit while waiting for this guy to get to the bottom of the staircase, and as soon as his back is turned, I'll have to sneak up on him. Take him out just so that I've got a safe place to stand at all. And then go for the one patrolling below. And finally, the last enemy is down there, parallel to where the other one was. Yeah, not a very good performance, but it was the first time they managed to clear it. So it takes a few tries to build a good route that's most likely to get you through here without being seen in the smallest amount of time. And knowing when to start sneaking is just something you've got to develop a feel for. Jumping down closer to the enemies, getting closer to them before going into the sneak animation, all this stuff makes a big difference when it comes to how long it takes to get through everything. So, almost halfway done here. And at this point, there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to deal with the enemies up top. So, while I wait, I'll just take out the guy on the bottom. Fortunately, that's as close as he's going to get to me. And now I can run around, and hopefully the enemies on the upper ledge will be in a more convenient position for me to kill them. I still don't feel like I'm going to be getting a very good time here, because that was a lot of wasted time just waiting. Typically, when you're on the best route, you're not going to spend a lot of time not actively killing enemies. And here again, I've got a long time before I can go to the staircase up above, so I'm going to use that time to kill this guy after landing right in front of his face. Fortunately, the stealth kills are very, very forgiving. And that's just about the right time here. So, it takes me a while to sneak up because he's walking away from me, but once I get there, I've shaved about 15 seconds off my time and managed a B rank. I'm getting better. But still, there's no prize at all until you make the A rank. So I'll land a bit closer to this guy, just so the sneaking up behind him doesn't take as long. But I still want to wait for this one to turn around. Nothing like landing behind him just as he's turning around to see me. And again, the timing here is really bad, but the trick is the timing is good for getting the guy up on the upper staircase. Eventually I'll learn the trick of using the rolls while I'm in the stealth animation to sneak up on him without being seen. And I don't think that falling all the way down was my best option there, but I did manage to kill the guy down below. And it's just about at the point where I can go and kill these two on the upper ledge without losing a lot of time. So I haven't lost that much. Still certainly not going to be an S rank, but I think you can imagine it ought to be good enough for an A if I can ever find the last one. And I've got the stealth wrist guard. I believe the whole set is going to give me the same bonus. So, not going to stop and take a look at it. We'll move right on to stealth level 3. And here I can't climb right up because there's boulders in the way. And as you can probably imagine, even if there were exploding barrels here, they would make a lot of noise and the enemies would catch me. So now we've got monkeys to deal with on top of everything else. And there's also whip guys, but really, they've all got pretty much the same field of view. That's slightly closer than I would be able to run without being heard. So I'll show you my first couple of attempts at this, and then skip ahead just to the ones where I either made a dramatic increase in my ability to beat the level, or did something really stupid. See there, I can see that there's a dark, I don't know, mine, which will explode and incapacitate the enemy if I can hit it with a rock, but the game always makes you aim right at the mines, and you need to aim a little above them in order to actually hit them. This, you can probably tell, is not going very well. I did manage to get the stealth kill, but I had to sneak all the way across the room to do it, which really isn't going to do very good for my time. And finally, I discover the secret to fast movement without making a sound. It's not great, but it does work. This little tunnel is still here. But one of those whip guys is up there, and he never turns around. You actually can't climb up there without being spotted. So I'll try to distract his attention. And I completely missed that there was another soldier on this ledge. We'll get there. The other problem is that I sort of skipped this entire half of the room. Killed that first guy, and then didn't manage to do anything else. That was just bad. Very poor planning on my part. So obviously you want to kill this guy first. He's well positioned for it. Then I want to aim just above that mine and incapacitate the whip guy. But now that guy spots me. So I've nearly pieced together all the things that I need to figure out in order to come up with a good, efficient route that gets the job done and doesn't result in me being caught. I need to come around to this side. But without being spotted. That's a good way to do it. Target the enemy and let him walk through the area where I need to throw the stone. And there's that dark eye as well. That doesn't do me a whole lot of good because I can't jump directly there. But it can be useful for incapacitating the enemy up above on the ledge. Of course, we have to climb across this plank, and that always eats up a lot of time. It is figured into the ranks that you need to do this. But still, I kind of hate it and it's boring. Finally, I get to deal with that guy. And I want to take that out just so that I can freely jump over here without worrying about getting stunned. No, I don't know why I did that either. The problem now is that the two monkeys are still down there. And realistically, I'm going to need to take them out from above. Because trying to sneak up behind them while they're moving, not such a good idea. And even landing behind them is risky business. Because they have very good hearing. But as long as I haven't completely spotted you, you're still in good shape. I really don't know how that one didn't spot me. So finally, we're down to the last whip guy up on top of that final staircase. Not taking any chances that time. So, I was on the right track before. In order to get past this guy, I have to distract him by throwing a rock somewhere so that he'll turn his back to me. Problem is, he doesn't keep it turned for very long. And yeah, he'll spot you as you're on your way up. There's a much better way to do everything here. First up, take out Whip Guy. Not like that. And the Whip Guys don't have very good hearing, so you really have to get the rock quite near them. My first clear, merely a B. Not very good, but better than a C at least, and I'm pretty sure C is as low as it goes. So let's try something a little different. After taking out the first enemy, I'll go right after this monkey. Because it takes a while before all the other enemies line up, so that way at least I'm not completely wasting the time. And nothing will see me if I run around this way. That was just a horrible throw. This time, I think I know what I'm doing. Take out the monkey again. And run to the opposite side and very quickly hit the mine while that guy is in front of it. The one who was watching me jump before has moved on to the other side, so he can't see me. And now I just gotta crawl along the ledge, being careful not to get in front of him, although I don't think he can see me from over here, even if I am slightly in front of him. Wait till his back is turned, and then go kill him. Now, I'm ready to tackle the other half of the room. One of the monkeys is already down, which is a big boost for me. Now I just want to carefully hit the side of the staircase with the rock, get behind Whip Guy, and kill him. Then I can kill this guy. And the final monkey is the last step. A rank. And I get the Spy's Cloves, which pretty much completes the stealth set. There's still one more piece to get, but I'll need to manage an A rank on the hardest stealth challenge. This is not going to be an easy feat. So running immediately to the right, not a good idea. But I can sneak up behind the monkey, or not. I don't even know how he heard me that time. Alright, that time I do know how he heard me. That's 3 tries and I still haven't figured out how to start this mission. And the worst part of it is you got that monkey up top, and he'll spot you if you try to get too close to anyone. So eventually I managed to work out something. Distract that guy by throwing a rock, and I get my first kill. But he still recovers and sees me. Yeah, I just won't be able to distract that monkey for long enough to get anything done. So perhaps starting on the left side would be more prudent. Yeah, I really don't know how I'm going to approach that situation. You've absolutely got to start moving to the right. Well, okay, that was just bad in every possible respect. And no, as far as I know, there are no online guides to any of this. I will eventually discover a pattern that kinda works. I want to try to distract that uppermost monkey so that it actually comes down from the ledge. Alright, I'll take it. That is a good start. And now we got that guy over there watching this bridge. So we'll need to distract him. And of course I can't make that jump. Still can't, not even after all this time. I need to use that plank to move around. And I threw the rock before the mine had respawned. Yeah, that doesn't work. So by now I've actually figured out a good pattern to use. First, I distract this monkey into an area where I can kill it without being seen. Once that's gone, it's still not safe to proceed. I have to deal with the monkey on top first. But we're getting there. Where we're getting, I honestly can't tell you, but we're getting somewhere. So, monkey on the ground, first things first. Now, I just need to lure this monkey down. Problem is, I haven't yet figured out how to do that consistently. I can make noise, and sometimes he'll come down to investigate it. Sometimes he won't. And sometimes he'll come down in an inconvenient place where I can't get to him, and then he'll see me. But first part of the room taken care of. Make it over to the plank, and finally shuffle my way across, which I will speed up, because nobody wants to see me doing that at full speed. Hop over the staircase. The guy is still facing the other way. Alright, nearly halfway there. But this side of the room is just as tough. Unfortunately, I spot the whip guy that's hanging out in the top of this tunnel. But there's another one patrolling up and down the stairs. You can probably get an idea of just how awful this mission really is. I mean, it's fun, but it's also really bad. So finally I discover a pretty reliable way to get that monkey down. And it'll save me a lot of time in the long run. I don't need to worry about sneaking up on this guy, at least, because he's incapacitated. Same sort of thing with this guy over here. Just aim a bit high, hit the mine, and then sneak past him. The good news about it taking that long to clear the ledge is that by that time the mine has respawned, so I can quickly incapacitate him and make the kill. Then I've got to drop down and again pay attention to where this enemy is on the staircase. Fortunately, he's already gone way up. So that's more than half the enemies done. I'm finally ready to tackle this half of the room. But now we got two guys up on top of the staircase, and one patrolling back and forth on the front of the ledge, and there's a monkey on the far side. So we're not even really done figuring out how to approach the room as such. But at least there's a mine, and wherever there's a mine, it means you've got free reign. Pretty much. But once again, that first guy is never, ever going to turn around. And I want to be careful about jumping down, because if I jump too high, he might see me on the way down. Not too worried about falling there. A, I've already completely blown any hope of an A rank time. And B, I kind of want to wait until both of those guys are clustered around the mine before I throw a rock at it. And then miss my jump. That's a good plan. I think it's so good, nobody else is ever going to be able to pull it off. So I recommend that when you go for this plan, you actually make the jump properly. And alas, it respawns just after the other one has gone out of reach. And I don't think I'm going to be able to make it up the staircase and take him out before he turns around, so I'll just go ahead, kill the monkey while I've got the chance. And once again, wait until this guy has come all the way down the stairs and turns around so that I can sneak up behind him. Just a bit slow to use the mine to my advantage there. Of course, that would be a C rank performance. Pretty terrible. And I'll go ahead and ruin the ending for you now. I never managed to get an A rank on this. I have figured out, going back and watching the footage, what I think I'm going to need to do. But this is going to be about the closest I ever get. The first part of the run is pretty standard by now. I managed to hit it most of the time, although you can never predict those monkeys. And for reasons that you'll see, I'm quite sure that this start is the way you're intended to do it. So focus on the mine and throw a rock just as I get close enough to see it. If he's incapacitated, you don't have to be behind him to do the stealth kill. You can get it from anywhere. And I'll get in here right behind this enemy. And quickly get to that guy. If you go too fast at that point, then this enemy will actually be facing you and he'll see you as you're killing the whip guy. Not a good outcome. So up till that point I was doing great, but having to drop down here is fatal to the A rank, I feel. The trick is that when I was right below that staircase, the two guys were just in the right positions, so if I had hit that mine, I would have taken out both of them. And as you'll see, that's actually a very, very quick way to deal with both of them. I'm off by an entire cycle here, but I can still take them both out in one go. And now all I've got to do is deal with that last monkey and the B rank. So this is me going a bit too quickly through this first part. And another, hopefully pretty good run, just to cap things off. Like I said, sometimes this monkey cooperates right away, sometimes it doesn't. You don't want to go out there too quickly or he'll see you as he's falling down, and if you're too slow, of course, he'll turn around and spot you before you can kill him. The worst part of this whole thing is that the beginning becomes almost second nature. And you have to go through it every time just to practice the ending once. Like I said, not in any real hurry up to this point. Because I know if I don't wait until that guy is turned around, then I don't even finish the mission. And yeah, this is my attempt to do something about the monkey so that I can get into position to hit the mine on the step above. Really, that's ultimately not helpful. It is possible to hit the eye from this ledge. But from there, I don't really have a path to success. The monkey has fallen down to the ground. So, inevitably, I'm going to have to try to catch it at a good point in its pattern. Its new pattern of walking across the ground. And since it's not meant to be down there, I really don't know what it's doing. And then of course I miss my jump, and I'm never going to recover. So, see you next time!